Rob Doar, president of the Minnesota Gun Owners Law Center. What happens when you take a small suburban mayor, toss in a little bit of delusions of grandeur, and efforts to elevate their public profile on the topic of gun rights and gun control? Let's find out. This is Mayor Zach Lindstrom from Mounds, Minnesota. He has been posting online and joining radio media and wrote an op-ed and mixing it up with the Gun Owners Caucus on the issue of assault weapons bans. Now, recently he mixed it up with the Gun Owners Caucus, saying that he has sent a proposal to the Republicans in the legislature and they've refused to hear it. Now, we did some Data Practices Act requests and I got my hands on it. Let's take a look. And right away, the problems start in just the very first sentence of Zach's proposal. He calls it a referendum. We don't have referendums in Minnesota. We never have. We do have a constitutional amendment process, but we don't have a mechanism. A referendum is a piece of statute, legislation that's passed by popular vote instead of through a legislative process. We don't do that. It's unconstitutional in Minnesota. We've never done that. So right off, sentence 1, page 1, we've got problems. Forgetting the fact that literally this entire bill can't happen in Minnesota. This isn't a thing that happens in Minnesota. We can dive down into it, and there's some humor to be found. So Section 1, it shall be known as the Minnesota Assault Weapons Referendum Act of 2005. Again, that's not a thing. And then this is interesting. So Section 2, findings and purpose, we really don't do that. But check out Section B here. The legislature recognizes the right to keep and bear arms under the Second Amendment of the Constitution and Article 1, Section 16 of the Minnesota Constitution. Now, when I looked at this, I said, Article 1, Section 16, what is that? I think I know what that has to do with. Does Zach know what that has to do with? It's about religious liberty. Literally nothing to do with guns. Nothing to do with guns at all. So then we go to Section 3, definitions. Assault weapons are already defined in Minnesota statute. You don't need to duplicate them again in your new bill. Again, just rookie move there. Now, the rest of this reads much like statutory language would. So just like a normal bill, which again, Zach, you can't do via constitutional amendment, or you can't be done by a vote of the people. So remember that. But that left me just wondering, this technical language that is just drafted in such of a dumpster fire on a slow moving train wreck in a Category 5 hurricane, where did this come from? Oh, Zach, maybe next time spring for ChatGPT Pro so you don't look like such an idiot.